Greetings, I'm David Tate. I'm a California attorney. I'm also an inactive CPA. I don't practice as a CPA, but it can come in handy. This brief video format is for headlines, news, and stories about law, litigation, governance, and dispute resolution. It's informal, it's remote, and it's unscripted so that I can get it to you more quickly, but the format and the presentation will change from video to video. On the screen, you'll see scans of two of my recent LinkedIn posts. The first is a forward of an article about using AI in independent audits. This is important because using AI, they are auditing every transaction or can audit every transaction or essentially almost every transaction. This is different than when I became an auditor, in which case we used statistical sampling. This is obviously important for the audit committee. They need to be on top of this. They need to know what the auditor is doing, how the audit is being performed, and if they are sufficiently comfortable with how it's being performed. This is also important potentially for internal audit. If internal audit is able to use AI, it can help in their audits, whatever they're auditing. It can also help in their investigations. The second scan is my fourth post in a series about the California Real Property Partitions Act. This is a relatively new act in California. It pertains to tenancies in common. When the tenant in common co-owners don't get along and they can't agree on what to do with the property, one or more of the co-tenants can petition for a partition of the real property, meaning it can be sold, it can be split sometimes in kind, or it can be bought out. The act appears to be relatively simple. It's not a large number of statutes, but in fact it can be quite complicated. So you can find those posts on my blog, and I'll give you my blog address in a minute, but 4 blog posts about the California Real Property Partitions Act. Now, you can read more on my blog, which is located at http://tateattorney.com. And I see the screen didn't advance, so here we'll advance it. There you go, tateattorney.com. LinkedIn at Dave Tate ESQ. I'm also on YouTube at Tate Attorney, and you can find me at other places. My law practice, is primarily trust, estate, probate, power of attorney, elder abuse, and contentious administration litigation, very nasty cases, business contract breach, co-owner disputes and split-ups, boards and governance, and I'm going to throw in also some audit committee and governance committee materials, real property contract breach and co-owner disputes, split-ups, and partitions, and I talked to you just a minute ago about the partition actions. I also provide services as a mediator. Here is the obligatory disclaimer. Sorry, it's relatively long, but the bottom line is you need to hire your own attorney. This video is a brief summary of legal topics. You can't rely on it, and frankly, the law changes all the time. I practice only in California, and I do not represent you. This is not a solicitation for you to hire me, and in any event, I require a signed fee and retainer agreement. These are just opinions in this video. I'm not making representations about any one person, entity, situation, etc. That's all for now. Be prudent out there. Stay tuned in again for the next video. I'm David Tate. I'm a California attorney, and thanks for listening.